What's wrong with altcoins? Nothing. Actually, nothing is wrong with altcoins, friends. I just think you will find it easier to understand what's going on in crypto right now if you separate coins into two categories. There's Bitcoin, and then there's everything else. I have it written here, okay? You have Bitcoin and everything else, that's it. So Bitcoin, friends, it goes up for 3 years and then down for 1 year. You see? Green, 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 red. That's what it seems to do, okay? So you have green, 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 red, 1, 2, 3, up, red, 1, 2, 3, red, 1, 2, 3, okay? That's what it tends to do. Tends. We don't know if it's going to go on forever, but it's not bound by the Bitcoin halving. It's bound by the global 4-year liquidity cycle, which is the government debt rollover cycle. Remember, the government's got so much debt, they've got to keep printing money to pay off the credit cards, okay? So Bitcoin has a first mover advantage and it's got product market fit. Okay, it's basically a store of value. Okay, now altcoins. See how Bitcoin goes up 3 years, down 1 year? Well, altcoins, they are the inverse of that. Okay, now I know, yeah, it looks obvious now. You don't know this is happening at the time, okay? Because there's new narratives and new stories and everybody's getting excited. No one knows what the hell's going on. There's new tech. See, it's not just influencers' fault. It's not the influencers' fault, friends. It's because, like, we're actually making new ideas and tech each time. And yeah, there's a bit of, like, lipstick on a pig stuff. But, like, they're actually new. And you're like, oh, this must be innovative. It's actually not. The innovation of crypto is that you and I can live on the internet with our finances. And you and I are citizens of a country without borders, okay? That's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, that's meme coins, that's DEXs, that's what it lets us do, okay? That's the actual innovation. The innovation isn't, oh, zero knowledge, technology, and let me do some governance voting stuff. That's not it. Or even here's a game attached to a token, okay? Once you start to understand that, well, you do, friends. You watch my channel, like, subscribe, bell button, all. I go through this a lot, okay? Now, let's continue. So remember, Bitcoin goes up, 3 green, 1 red. Well, altcoins, 3 red, and then a rocket emoji. Okay, so altcoins bleed and bleed and bleed. Now, here's the thing. Remember, altcoins bleed. You can see them bleed on their others BTC ratio. So you can see them bleed against Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, okay, and then just a bang. Okay, we're hoping this bang part makes up for it. Has it made up for it in the past? Yes. Yes, it has, friends. It has made up for it, more than made up for it in the past. Like this, bleed, 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 and then zip up hard. And then you have, again, bleed for 3 years, zip up hard, bleed for 3 years. Okay, now we're hoping it zips up hard again. That's what we're, once again, I'm using these words hope and cope and guessing because that's exactly what it is. This is the same chart, just different format. You see, goes down for 3 years, it goes up for 1 year, down for 3 years, up for 1 year, down for 3 years, and we're hoping up for 1 year. That's what we're hoping. Once again, guessing. Now, that rocket emoji, friends, is really life-changing. Okay, it's so life-changing that, like, a XRP army saw what it could do in 2017, and then they bag held it for 7 years. Okay, let me show you this. Let me put it on a weekly chart so you can see it. This is XRP chart. XRP went up in 2017, literally 650x. 1 year. Okay, so obviously Bitcoin, you can't do that anymore. You're too long. You're too old, right? 650x in 1 year. My gosh. Now, of course, I'm taking the unicorn out here, but people can't comprehend that. They're like, hey, man, you did up 600x. Whoa. Yeah, man. Doge did 250x in like 5 months, 4 years ago. Hex did a literal 10,000x from that bottom. Yeah, but 4 years ago, in the 9 months, Hex did a 70x from January 2021 to September. 50 to 70x. So these numbers are everywhere. You say, so the rocket emoji here, man, it's like, it's an actual rocket emoji. It's a literal rocket. Okay? Now, you don't know what's going to happen again, man, because the market's learning. So who's to say that the altcoins were going to go down for another 3 years again? You had no idea, but it did. Okay, so they did go down for that 3 years, right? Now, but remember, man, the pump is so big, it just people stay there forever. Like it's a really big thing. So this altcoin pump cannot be underestimated. However, what follows is a horror show. Yes, it's the 3 years going down. It's what we've been. You're like, hey, I don't need to be told that. I know, Habib. Yeah, we've all been going through that, right? However, we've now hit this point where, once again, it seems like the market's like forgotten why they're in crypto in the first place for this rocket emoji. No one believes in the rocket emoji anymore. But it's coming. But like the speed of the rocket, it's slowing down over time, on average for all the altcoins. Okay. Now. Altcoins, as you know, they bleed against Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's funny, right? We have to throw like Ethereum in the shitcoin camp now because it's basically bleeding to BTC. Obviously, you got to see that the marketplace truly does consider Ethereum an altcoin, which is disgusting, but it is what it is, man. Like on paper, Ethereum does everything better than Bitcoin on paper, though. But that's paper. It doesn't give you the faith and the belief that it was number one. That is the difference, okay? And you can actually see that, like even in the ETH-BTC ratio, which I'll show you now, if you have a look at it, it tricked everybody, man. It was rallying in the bear market. Ethereum was rallying against Bitcoin in 2022. And then it actually just, you understand, man, it just literally went, see us. You understand, look how strong that was in the bear market, man. That was like, friends, look how many people it tricked, dude. It flipped green again in the weekly super trend. And then it's never come back since. My gosh, what an abomination. Markets are tough, man. They're really tough. You're trying to time this stuff, you're not going to get it right, man. You're going to make this mistake. Like on paper, it's just going to look like it's so obvious. But look at this, man. It literally, bro, you literally flipped freaking green on the weekly super trend in a bear market when Ethereum did the merge, and that was it. It was over. And then the market just went, hey, give me Soylana memes. See how tough it is? Now, in this process of 3 years going down for altcoins, it's very random, almost entirely random. People confuse it, though, and they get fooled by the randomness. Okay, so that's why, obviously, my most common question. Hey, do you regret missing out on Soylana? So people who ask that question, you understand they're complete noobs. Complete noobs in the game. It's like, friends, like, let's say there's 20 teams in the Premier League or whatever in soccer. Let's say 1 year, like literally a relegated Division 3 team makes it to the Premier League, and it's their second year in the team, and they literally come first. They literally play like some that they were paying like 101 to 1. And it's like you're going and asking soccer fans, hey, are you embarrassed that you didn't go all in on, like, you know, Tottenham? I don't even know if Tottenham's good. Or this team that was like third last year. Aren't you embarrassed? You're stupid. You should have known. They're amazing. You know, you're just watching like a retailer, like, bro, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It was like you're basically, you walked in the casino and you're like, oh, it hit 3 on the roulette wheel. And then you said, idiots. You're embarrassing to everyone. You've been here in the casino every day. You didn't tell me that 3 was going to land. Oh, stupid. So that's what you sound like. Sound like a nutcase, okay? It really is random, but we have up all these stories that people get confused by the randomness, right? And if you watch all my videos, friends, I can show you, I did show you many times, they got fooled by the randomness in 2012, 2016, 2020. The 2021's famous because it was DeFi. And what made it worse was the rest of the world had zero yield everywhere from infinite QE and 0% rates, and it still wasn't enough tech to get Wall Street in. Because you would think, oh my gosh, Wall Street guys, you guys understand yield and balance sheets and liabilities and stuff. So you should have been able to understand DeFi. Nah. Okay. So back to these altcoins, right? Altcoins, friends, they are going up over time versus Bitcoin. Okay. So yeah, even though this look, in these times we're in now, 99% of altcoins bleed, 1% go up. Now, 1%'s not 0%. And people get confused. And they think, well, you know, I should have been in Soylana and stuff. Yeah, but bro, this is the thing, man. You're basically like, you know, ChainLink was pumping back in the 2018 bear market. Look at ChainLink. Went up huge. You can actually see on the Link BTC ratio. Look what ChainLink was doing in the last bear market, man. It was just rallying and rallying and rallying and rallying. You see? That's huge. But yeah, Soylana's doing that now, right? But there's a bit of, you know, caveat here. You see this others BTC, What is others? It's the index of coins outside of the top 10. The problem is there's some trickery because as time goes on, the coins in others, the coins in there that are dying get filtered out and then new ones get minted and put in. And you can't bet on that. All right. So let's look at an example. Hex down 99%, but Pepe now exists. So in others, Pepe's counted now, but Pepe didn't exist 4 years ago. The others index from 4 years ago had other dog shit from 2017 that's still not even around now. They like dropped even lower in rank. So you can see how there's this constant filtering. That's why the crypto industry like needs a crypto index. But by the time that happens, maybe the growth rate is pretty much mostly gone. The one that we want anyway. Now, this, what I call it, friends, it's a cyclone washing machine rotation of altcoins. It means that, you know, people will hold on to old baggage, okay? And it won't give you the gains over Bitcoin you seek because everyone believes they've got the winning unicorn, man. Everyone does. Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough. So the 4-year cycle repeated again for the 4th time. Altcoins go down 3 times in a row, even though no matter how much tech we made, no matter how much innovation. I mean, friends, they even gave us an Ethereum ETF, man. They literally gave us an Ethereum spot ETF. They gave us every single reason for altcoins to break. They couldn't break. All right. So yeah, that's the truth. Now, this chart is others dominance, which is the dominance versus Bitcoin. It's pretty much, they all say the same thing, okay? Over time, it's going up. And over time, this is the year where we have hopefully 2 Altseason waves, okay? Now, there's no point worrying about if you missed something because the same people asking these questions are complete noobs. You have no idea. So, you know that person who's worried about missing? XRP people held on in 2020 DeFi season because XRP did 650x in 2017. I'll actually show you right now. And then they got nothing for it. Okay, so this is the XRP chart. So you did a 650x. And then in 2020, this year, you literally did nothing. DeFi season happened. You made a 20% gain. You literally failed. Okay. I showed you just ChainLink as well. ChainLink pumped in the last bear market. Did nothing this cycle. Nothing. It did not pump in this bear market. BNB pumped last bear market. And actually BNB started pumping in this bear market too. And then it just changed its mind and it said, see us. Yeah, man, I shouldn't even laugh. It's tough, isn't it? So BNB, look at this. BNB starts pumping in this bear market. Why? Well, obviously, you don't have a full answer why, but it's very obvious. Binance, they collect fees from everyone's trading. So they were obviously dumping all the coins, fees they're making and pumping BNB with it and keeping it strong against Bitcoin. See, this is, friends, this is literally FTX capitulation. Look at that. BNB was shooting up against Bitcoin as FTX was capitulating. And then they probably said, you know what? We've given enough value in there. Let's just like accumulate our treasury. And look what happens. The bottom falls out. Bang, straight away. Look how much it drops, by the way. 70% down. Now, actually, 70% ain't that bad. It's actually okay. But you see how it started off strong, reverses the whole move and comes back down. You see how like this is like really, really confusing, man. Because it started off strong. Right? So as you can see, most of it is actually random. It is random. And people believe that they have, oh, I could pick the unicorn and stuff. Most of them can't. They're full of shit, okay? They can't consistently do it. And if they do kill it in one cycle, they make enough money and they stop trying, okay? In this cycle, Soylana is like a magical unicorn. But to bet that Soylana will continue moving throughout this 2025 year, like you're saying this time is different, which I know it's okay. This time will eventually be different, but yeah, it never actually happened before. We eventually move into something else. That's the crazy part. No matter what the tech is. You know, so we had 2013, 2017, 2021. So I don't know if we're going to repeat again, friends, but what I've just shown you, that's everything we know out here. There's a 4-year cycle. You have a Bitcoin halving year. There's a tech innovation. Most of it's random. And then in the year after the Bitcoin halving year, there's a unicorn that appears, an altcoin pumps up. Okay, in 2017, it was XRP and ETH. In 2021, it was Doge. And then it moves up enough and it just ignites the whole market. That's what's happened before. Okay, you actually had one as well in 2013. They were forking Bitcoin. Trying to guess it isn't, but by the way, you don't just need to be in that coin. It just ignites everything, just to show you that, oh, things are repeating, okay? So let's say you're like, well, I want some angel music. You're gonna get it. And you say, well, okay, Somi, if this 2025 year repeats like the others, what do we actually need to do? Well, basically just means you hold onto the bull's horns and pray for something magical to happen within the next 12 months. Sounds kooky. You're like, man, you want to take control. Yeah, that's actually it. All right. If you go back exactly 4 years ago, there was no indicator or secret or ID to let you know that the big coins were going to pump. Doge, SHIB, Axis, Matic, Hex, many others, Phantom, nothing. Just rumors and like, oh, maybe this thing's good and I like this. Nothing. It was all bullshit. It was just everyone guessing. Okay? I was there. I had everything. I had all of them. No one had any idea, man. Friends, Cardano was one of the biggest pumpers. Cardano didn't even have smart contracts enabled. Like, I got to repeat that to you. Like, do you understand the absurdity of the statement of you're back here and imagine someone says to you, hey man, let's go to December 20, let's go. You're right here, bro. You're like, hey man, Cardano has no smart contracts. It's not EVM. It didn't even participate in DeFi this year. I'm talking about 2020 now, but it's going to pump to the freaking moon. Yeah, it did, man. Look at it. It did. It did. Can you believe it? Like, it literally did, man. There's not even like, see ya. Here's another. He's like, that's another 22x. I'm not making this up. It didn't even have smart contracts, bro. Cardano, mind you, Chico Crypto was challenging Charles Hoskinson to a boxing match, calling Cardano the biggest vaporware scam in crypto during this time. Remember, I told you, friends, I was meant to do 10 times my size on Cardano, but I just had one bullet. I was like, you know what? This Chico Crypto guy, like, he's really convicted that this thing's a scam. I'm like, oh, well, I'll leave one bullet in it just in case. Yeah? Just explain that for me. A smart contract platform without smart contracts enabled pumped harder than the actual smart contract platform Ethereum. You know how you can check that? ADA ETH ratio. That was the funniest thing of all time, bro. How the hell did that happen? How did the smart contract platform competitor without smart contracts enabled yet pump more than the freaking first world smart contract? Do you understand the absurdity of how random everything is, friends? You are my friend. We are born to friend, okay? So, yeah. If you know, obviously, so tell me, what's the answer to all this? Now you know, right? It's community. Charles Hoskinson was going onto YouTube streams and he was recruiting people like college kids or everyone out there, and he could speak passionately. You know, and Vitalik's a freaking telekinesis alien. Pew, 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 pew. You know what I mean? Like, Charles he could grip you. He's charming. Notice that that's got nothing to do with code or yield or nothing. Okay, so the understanding now why people don't get meme coin SuperCycle? You get it now. Now, after all this, I'm going to give you some context, friends. Where are we today? Well, it's a 4-year cycle. We're in the year after the Bitcoin halving. This is the year, exactly where we are now. We ticked over the new year. Some unicorn's going to have to pump somewhere. It goes up so far, it just opens the floodgates. People start coming into crypto. The Coinbase App Store ranking starts getting higher and higher. Right? It only lasts 100 days, by the way, as I told you. 50 days of walking up, and then 50 days of euphoria, it's done. That's Altseason wave number 1. And then you repeat again for number 2, it's all over. But this year, friends, there's also something to think about. There's blood moons this year. Now, billionaires use blood moons, friends, and yeah, they're real. Okay, everyone knows in crypto there's moon cycles. I would look outside, I'm like, oh crap. I didn't check Twitter. Oh crap, it's a full moon. I'm like, it's just moon cycle stuff. No, and then people lose their minds. Okay, everyone in crypto, we know. If you didn't believe in astrology before, I did it, man. You come into crypto, it's real, dude. It's real. We all know it's real. It's undoubtable. We all know, man. Every time there's a full moon, we're all losing the plot. All of us. Okay? Now, there's 2 blood moons this year. Now, the blood moon, I know it's got the word blood in it, and it's literally an actual bloody moon. It's actually a red moon, okay? Now, I found it peculiar. This is so freaking, man, this is so weird. By the way, we had a blood moon, I think, in 2022 or 2021. Some lunar eclipse, and yeah, that was the top. I'm not joking. Okay, so, but I joked as well. This blood moon is going to resemble a bleeding butthole. So hold on to that for you. Now, where do we go from here? Okay, now the 2 months is March and September. And I actually have a chart here. I'm just going to show you. This is the others chart. Okay, this is March. This is September. Okay, and thank you, Mr. TT, for this picture. Thank you very much, sir. So we have March and September. Now, why I'm finding this really strange is because you know by now watching my channel, everyone wants to sell early. The crowd wants to sell early. How early though? Well, the crowd wants to sell. Friends, here's the thing. Randy Boo and everyone else believes sell in May and go away. And we all know, wait a minute. You're all saying sell in May, go away. I don't trust you Jeets. You're going to sell before that. That means you're already in the selling mindset. Just so you know, friends, you know, in 2021, the word sell was banned. Okay? As soon as we entered 2021, they're like, bro, how could you, everyone's saying, how could you possibly think of selling anything? We literally have infinite QE. Do you understand what that means? We have 0% rates. Bitcoin's going to 200K. Elon Musk now finally is discovering crypto. Okay, those are the things that were happening. To sell, to even think of selling early, you are stupid. You're literally retard. But the market now has PTSD. We are not in 2021 anymore. We're in 2025. In our cycle, people actually all want to sell early. And there's a blood moon right here. I'm just thinking, man, what if it goes up? Everyone's expecting a 10x. We come here and they actually do sell on the blood moon, but they sell on this big rotation on the way down. And it would be horrible for them because they're exiting. But for you and me, friends, if something like this happens, it comes back down, blood moon here, what do you and I do? Let's say it does happen. What do you and I do? Well, I'm going to continue to hold. Remember, my guiding star is the others BTC ratio. It is a ratio of altcoins to Bitcoin. Okay, so I want to know, okay, of all the altcoins, if you add them all up, are you taking a lot of risk or no risk? Right now, look how low they are. Altcoins are not heated up whatsoever. Like, they are so low. It's not funny, dude. We friends, we're literally back at 2017 July levels. That is how pathetic this thing is, you know? If you want to see me get worried, you need to see this. You need to see us go up here. You know what I mean? We're so far below. Now, what does this distance represent? It represents something different for each coin. Okay. It depends on your coin. We're all gambling. In this distance, there's a coin out there, it'll be up 100x. Also, there's a coin up there that'll only be up 2x. Everyone thinks I got the 100x. You see what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much, that's where we are right now. So this blood moon, right? We have it in March. And then we have, it's funny, man, the first blood moon since 2022, man. It was literally lunar collapsing. I never forget. I couldn't believe, man. Astrology is real. I was like, what the hell, bro? What the hell? I thought all the science and the stats said it was all bullshit. No, it's real. It's real. You'll see it. Okay? You'll see it, especially in the bear market. Now, I promise you. You will see it. Okay? Go outside, full moon. You go on Twitter. Everyone's like, uh-oh, it's a full moon. Randomly, we just start pooping the bed and bad news appears on it. Like, bad news. Oh, like a government worker comes out and says, you know what? Crypto's actually a scam and we're going to ban it now. Like all this stuff. Just like, you're like, that's exactly what happened, man. That's what happened. Now, don't worry about that. Blood moon for Asia as well in September. It's just interesting, right? So you have that traditional September Jeet month, but this is crazy, man, because it's weird how if you go back to the previous Donald Trump cycle of 2017, friends, this is what I'm about to tell. This is okay. This is give me goosebumps with how freaking stupidly spooky it is. Guess the 2 red months of 2017 for Bitcoin. March, September. Okay. I'm doing this for you live. I did not do my research before this video. I'm actually recording live here for you. Let me show you again. Okay. The 2 red months when Donald Trump was last president was March and September, which so happens to be our 2 blood moon months this cycle. So just, I'm like, it's another data point. You don't go all in on this. Like, hey, that's weird. It's weird. But also, look what happens after them, by the way. After this point, there's like an explosion after that. That's what, friend, that's white swan Somi stuff. That's like, man, that's gonna be freaking scary, man. That's gonna be really, really, really scary. Now, I'm going to show you others BTC in March of that 2017 year. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is bring it up here. This is 2017. Okay, this is 2017, friends. Remember, the biggest alt season ever. So it went up, but then it retraced hard. And then the big move came in the 90 days after it. Okay, you see this point here? Ethereum peaked against Bitcoin on this date. In fact, Ethereum still to this day has not recovered, which I'll show you right now. Still to this day, Ethereum, there you go. See this June 2017? It's actually right there. Ethereum still has not recovered to that point. Okay, so right there. Which is strange, yes? Strange. So I'm showing you just what happened last time. There was this kick up. There's this kick up. Okay, but here's the thing, right? You know, back then, no one was thinking of selling here whatsoever. No one. Of course, it's freaking, no one had seen crypto. It's John McAfee cycle. No one knows what the hell's going on. Now you got a whole nation of Jeets out here. Is this an insight into how we're going to play out? We go up, people get Jeeted out, and then we actually continue up in the middle of next year? Maybe. Again, I'm showing you just the possibilities. I know these blood moons, they're going to have to do something. Something's going to happen on them, okay? What does that mean? Does that mean we go up and then, like, you know, does that mean we go up, we do this blood moon crash, and then we actually continue up? Maybe. And then we come back down, everyone thinks it's over, another blood moon, maybe white swan. As long as you're aware, like, I showed you 2017, man. In your mind and my mind, when you first think about it, 2017, oh, you just go up forever. No. There are these crashes and crowd fear points in the middle of that year twice that make everybody just totally give up. Okay? That's actually what happened. If you go back into this 2017, I know this is others, but you can actually maybe have a look at just the Bitcoin monthly chart. Okay? If you look at the Bitcoin monthly chart, give us more of an idea. And this is the actual Bitcoin monthly chart. Okay, so you have this red March, red September. Technically, though, for the whole of this the 2017 cycle, there were 3 red months. Okay, you have this little red doji. So maybe that's what we get this year. Okay, 2 or 3 red months. But yes, now I've given you the overview, friends. Remember, I tied this into the cycle. I showed you where we are. You got this strange, oh crap, we've got this astrology stuff happening. Blood moons. But yeah, history rhymes, yeah? It's rhyming a bit differently though. This is the first time in any cycle no one believes in the tech. Which means everyone wants to sell early. Okay? I'm telling you now. Which, and I hate to say it, but it means we should be the most bullish we've ever been. That's why I hate to say it because I don't like talking like that, but it technically does mean that. Because no one is giving any probability to a white swan happening at the end of this year. No one. All they can think of is black swans. Big red candles. Banning crypto. Selling early. That's what everyone's thinking about. And I'm like, man, what if Donald Trump literally writes into law by the end of this year, you know what, US government, you got to buy 1 million Bitcoin in the next 10 years. You're DCA buying. You're actually printing money into it. Like, just something we like, whoa. What if China government makes it a public policy? China government will now buy 400,000 Bitcoin in the next 10 years. It's now public trial. Like, you see what I mean? Like, something that makes you go, I have no idea how to compute this. Let me get the disco ball. Let me just turn on the disco ball. Okay. Where are you? All right. You see what I mean? Like, that's what I mean by white swan. It literally just makes you freeze. You're like, what the hell is this? I have no... What's the price? What price does that mean we get to? You see someone asking questions already. You're like, it's like just a massive drug hit has just hit you. You're like, you know, you're about to fly. You're about to get toasty right now. And then, but yeah, I still wouldn't fade the 4-year cycle. So that event, what we've been leading up to, friends. So that's Bitcoin and altcoins. Remember I told you altcoins. Remember I took the Bitcoins 3 years up, 1 year down. Okay, well, altcoin 3 years down. Rocket emoji. We're in the rocket emoji year. It just makes you think, well, if we're in a rocket emoji year and everyone's thinking of selling, something has to appear to give us the rocket. Something. You know, it's I don't know what it's going to be. Like, it's nice to think about it, but what tends to happen is people, friends, who sell. Okay, let's actually use the let's go back and use like the others chart. Okay, Jeets. Okay, let's say we go up and the Jeets don't get their wishes. And when they sell down here, okay, you know how they all sell and they FUD? When the price action goes back up, they become panic buyers. Now, like, they go, wait a minute, the drugs are back on. And then they yell really, 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 really loud about how crypto is the future now. Because they're like, dude, like, it's going, and they just go, it's a disbelief pump as well, okay? So, I know, man. There's a lot of like these. I know. It's what do you do, man? This has happened 3 out of 3 times. It's spooky. And like the 4-year cycle. Has anything happened outside of the 4-year cycle so far? No. Well, there you go. We're waiting. We're gonna wait and see. Okay, 2 Altseason waves. This is the first time everybody wants to cheat out early. Nobody's thinking about a white swan whatsoever. Everybody's only thinking about the black swan. And so far, it's like everything we've needed to appear has appeared, man. Donald Trump Matrix dodged the bullet. Okay, he's like, I wouldn't be surprised. He's literally buying Bitcoin on his own account. He's like, sweet, I'm just going to make the government buy my bags and just make me like even a bigger billionaire. He might be doing that, man. It might be like literally that simple. I'm not joking. It's like he just buys Bitcoin. He gets a shitload of it, and then a year from now, he just writes it into law. Okay, U.S. government must buy these Bitcoin back. It might literally be that simple. And then all the like the woke and young Turks and just losing their minds that they're literally using the government. Do you understand? Like I can see something like that playing out. However, there's no like indicator that says, oh, you're gonna be the one that rises up. There isn't, man. Because like if you just, friends, like even Cardano, dude, like just. That's why I'm telling you, man. I know it sounds crazy, but look, Cardano, no smart contract platform enabled. Went to 100 billion market cap. Outperformed Ethereum. Doge, 250x, no tech. Hex, Ponzi yield, 10,000x. Luna, 1,000x. Axis, 1,000x. Phantom, I think 100x. Soylana, you see what I mean? Like all these numbers appeared. They did do great things. All these numbers. There was no sign, man. It was just, oh, you're one of these things that exists out there in the universe. Okay, so you've been given the platform to look at everything from a bird's eye view. We got these blood moons coming out this year, March and September, and yeah, remember I told you that formula, the timing formula. If like it could break our friends, we don't know. What if it doesn't? What if we have a 5-year cycle? What if we have a 3-year cycle? We don't know. But the formula would be you just hold until the end of this year. And by the way, if it repeats like 2017, it means the second Altseason wave is actually in January 2018, which is January next year. Okay, so you're in this window of time. Yeah, there's no shortcutting it. There's none. It's a believer cycle, man. There's just going to be these periods of time where everyone's like, it's totally over now. That's just weird because like everyone's so ready to leave. Everyone's so ready to leave. That means I really feel, man, there has to be something that makes them pause and go, wait a minute. 4-year cycle's not ending early. It's going later. But we got to wait for that moment. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. You know? Like I said, guessing. Trump printing, China printing, everybody printing, capital punishment if you don't buy crypto, whatever it is. Something appears, you know. Think about this, friends. Only like 1% of the market actually think extended bull run right now. Only 1%. Randy Boo's selling early. Everyone's selling early. Everyone. No one believes in extended cycle. They're like, dude, you mean SuperCycle? You mean that cursed word? Let's see how it plays out, right? Like, subscribe, catch you soon.